How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so-called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
They're test-touching Touchtronic memory machines.
Incredible.
I'm Polly Bergen. Only Singer makes machines this easy to use. Touch. The memory remembers your stitch pattern instantly. Touchtronic speed control remembers to adjust your fabric thickness. What about basting? Touch. Great. You can forget about your sewing machine and concentrate on sewing. The Touchtronic memory machine family. Come take a test touch.
How's it going? Hello. I'm a bit unorganized this evening, but I hope everyone's doing well. My name is William, and welcome to my so-called life. I'm still all over the place, but I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I have all kinds of crazy things to share. I had a bit of an adventure today. How's it going? Joy, hello. Mona, great to see you. Alibaba, Butterfly, I saw your comment. Hello, great to see you. Rashad, how's it going? Driving, but wanted to say hello. Thank you so much. Hello. Awesome. I want to look cool and wear these glasses, but they're so dark I can't even see across the screen. But I hope everyone's doing well. I went to the swap meet today. I went a little crazy. Well, not as crazy as I normally do, but I found a couple really amazing vests. I got some stuff from Amazon, and I bought more fabric. I'm in my tweed era. Once I finally, once I finally figured out what tweed was, now I can easily identify it, and it's all over the place, at least where I go. So I bought more tweed, and I think I have like 10 yards of this one print. Hi-O silver. That totally reminds me. First, I just want to point out for the record, can you hear my cricket? I'm not kidding you. When I hit the go live button, the cricket started. Oh, good times. Nothing but good times here in the house of sewing. Awesome. Let me get to my disclaimer before I forget. And I don't know what that was. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody, yay! Right, you know what? You have amazing timing. And if you're not having a good day, if you need an Activia, if you need a hug, we have exits on both sides. That's a izquierda and derecha. How's it going?
It's going. It is going. Too many projects, not enough time, silly day jobs, and overambitiously designed projects. That's how I roll at the circus costume shop.
Phoenix Electra is in the right place. You're just saying my song right now. I'm glad that you're here because I could do all my techie stuff. One of my not so inconspicuous screens is just not cooperating. But it's also from like the Preozoic era. If I told you how old one of these computers in this room was, you would be like, shut it off and put it in a museum. Give me one quick second. I'm going to run and grab something.
All right. Oh, I was going to go grab my shears, but welcome. Thanks to everybody I saw this morning. And I have the front and back of my envelope chemise. The spider web is in glow-in-the-dark fabric. I still need to fussy cut the scallops, and we have our spider friend attached to the web, and I need to decide. I was almost thinking I wanted to sew a cutout flower and a dragonfly, but then I've got, okay, there we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Camera angles. This is what I need to hold up. Do I want to put like a cutwork flower in this space, the spider web, another cutwork flower, and then spider snacks? Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay, thanks for everybody.
I never hear the crickets. They drive me mentally insane. But again, my neighborhood is infested with bugs, but they were here first.
It's true. I don't like that I saw a black widow and I saw it one day in my dressing room and then I couldn't find it again. And I'm like, either a cat ate it or it's somewhere and I don't know. And I prefer a cat ate it, but I don't think that's the best either.
I still have an old school sprinkler where you have to use the key to turn it. And they live in my They absolutely live in the junction box that where all the pipes meet. I have a frog in my backyard. Well, a toad. I wish I had a toad.
The spring peepers were kind of late. I heard them like very briefly, and I must be missing them.
You know what it is, Mona, is my house is infested, so I hear them. I think it's more of a point of annoyance. And so because of that, like I'm anti-cricket. But today I went shopping.
Of course. Tell me you do. We need okay, all right. So we need bingo cards.
But I do because of Hands is so physically fit. I feel like it has to be pointed out. He's joined an MMA class and it's changed his life. He's all buff. I have an exercise bike in my kitchen. We're not like this is the house. He's not playing. He shames me for my habit.
So if you're switch, you need to change it from the House of Sewing to the House of Swole. The House of Swole Sewing.
It is going to be the House of Gains. But it's a good thing. There's a punching bag in my backyard right now. Did you know that I didn't know I had to get a special sand for the bag? And then Marquette was telling us, like, because I just put 150 pounds in there, and he's like, dude, you have to, like, not put too much in here. And I was like, I don't know these things. So shout out to Marquette for knowing things. But let's see. Let me switch my angle. Okay, so first things first, I'm in my tweed era. And to show how much I'm in my tweed era, where is it? I made a gentleman's hat. I'm not done with it yet, but this evening we are going to be testing out my my Singer heavy duty because my baby lock died.
Yeah, join the club. Baby lock's bad news.
But the thing is, like, I use that thing like it's an industrial, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't just take it to the edge, But I'm going to test it out, and this hat is high. To say that this hat is high, my screen, I was trying to get an angle earlier to do justice by my hat. I'm not done yet, but I have a whole tweed suit. Have you seen my tweed suit?
I need to take.
So far, it's a vest, jacket, and a hat now. Let's see what else. So this evening I will be finishing that. Also, I bought more tweed.
Of course you did.
I found a guy who, I'm not kidding you, I don't think he knows what he has. You mean Hands took your pedal-powered fabric stand? It was embarrassing, Alibaba. I'll be real. The bike did become a clothes hanger. It was everything. I was on it for 2 weeks, and then it just went in the middle bedroom, and my son dragged that thing out, and good for him. Definitely a stovepipe hat. I'm telling you, I watched Gangs in New York too many times, is what it is.
And you just got bored of making Jamiroquai hats. I need a new hat. What's my new style? So
I found this guy. He sells this tweed for $2 a yard. I bought 5.
Is it wool? Is it synthetic? Like
it's a combo of wool and synthetic, but it's made to look woolly, but the synthetic makes it shine more.
Yep.
This is the wrong side, so it looks dull, but this stuff is awesome. There it is. I have 10 yards of this now.
Oh my goodness.
Because I bought 5 yards 2 weeks ago, and then today I was like, I can't remember if I bought some of this, and I bought 5 more yards, and I came home and I'm like, oh yeah.
Choices were had.
And recently I joined the neighborhood app, And
Oh,
one of my neighbors who doesn't live in my block has been taking pictures of me when I'm out in front of my house filming for my videos. And so that looks very 1972. I will be here, Alibaba. I will be here. So I'm gonna make a sweatshirt for all the peeping toms. And I had to find something that that's gonna get me put on the website. So I chose it. I am not playing. Anyone who knows me knows that I am not joking. I'm gonna make a beautiful hoodie out of this. It's gonna be shiny, spectacular, and they can put me on any website that they choose to. Because
I'd be careful. There's some websites you don't want to be on.
Here in the House of Sewing, we shine like glitter because it's natural. And you know what? I got that from a song way before those movies came out. I'm talking about Twilight. But I'm excited. And they, I found these two beautiful people at the San Fernando Valley Swap Meet. They're vendors, but they're just good people. They're so happy to see me because there's like, oh, there's that guy who you know what though? I let the cat out of the bag because they were talking in Spanish, and she was like, "Oh, this guy is my greatest customer," and I turned my head. She knows I speak Spanish now. Also, let's see. Let me make myself big again. Okay. So I don't even know how to preface this. Then shout out to all the 90s moms that rock denim. Please tell me, person that I could have went to high school with, that you remember in the 90s that everybody was rocking denim.
Yes. I mean, I don't know who you speak of.
Let me switch my angle. Awesome, Ali. Awesome. Okay, so I bought this this denim jacket, and keep in mind, when I see denim, I just grab it. And I do not discriminate if it's a man or a woman's coat. The label says
jacket.
The label says human. The thing is, this thing has flared cuffs, so I don't think this is made for a man. But I love this thing.
Does it have the fluffy neckline? Like,
no, but it has ties for.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Hold on, let me see what side the buttons are. Well, the buttons are on the correct side. This actually, you know what? This is made for. You know what? This is universal. It's a denim coat. It's the flared cuffs that really threw me off. But I like this. And I got it for $5, and I've already washed it twice. You know, to all my flea market and all my Goodwill people, please wash your clothes when you get home.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone wore denim except for the preppies. That is true, Allie.
And this, so recently, so I bought I have a patch that says goon on it. And it was pointed out to me that meaning has changed. And you know what? I am here to say, I'm not going to let them have it. As an old person, I'm going to wear my patch, have people stare at me like they always do, and I'm going to move on with my life. Flared cuffs, so the horse gloves can fit under the cuffs. I actually really think that's probably what it's for. I got it on I purchased this. You know what? It's really funny that you would say that because the vendor I purchased this from had a lot of horse stuff, but also weirdly distinct African stuff. I pay attention to stuff like that. But anyways, I like this
special African horses.
Well, you know, people like, I'm of the mind that most of that stuff is stolen.
Oh, this is true. You do.
So in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
who, like, or it's purchased from a storage locker that someone can no longer pay for, which is even worse if you think about it.
Yeah.
So that's a terrible sign of the economy. And you know what? I've purchased lockers. If they're selling it, you can buy it. It's legal, But I don't know if my camera is doing any justice. This vest is jet black. It's a V-neck, and I needed I don't even need an excuse. I just like this vest.
Do they have ties down the side?
It does.
Do they have fringe or just ties?
They're ties, but they're long.
Okay.
This is 1970s biker style. I actually have a leather vest that has ties on both sides too. So I'm gonna cover this thing in patches. Now I just have Radar Love stuck in my head now.
Yeah. Radar love you. Oh no, I've got run away.
Thank you,
Run
Ollie.
away.
Those African horses are called zebras. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I like those as well. I have an extensive collection of vests, and it's been a while since I've had a vest cut in this fashion that I've kind of outgrown my other one. Let's be real. I got too tall for it.
The goal is not to have the waist circumference equal your height.
And because I'm so glad you're here, because I bought a shirt that's too small and I'm gonna add sides to it.
Come on. You're just gonna make me think. So I saw this horrible it was the Met Gala week, and did you see that horrible picture of Jabba the Hutt with Lizzo in her dress?
No. I want to remind everybody that we came with a disclaimer in the beginning. No, you know, it's really funny. This year, I kind of stayed away from it because you sew. I respect your opinion. For some reason, I have this weird thing about people who don't sew when they're trashing like $1 million dresses.
No, it was the most ill-fitting. The color against her skin tone, with the neck piece. It was no.
You know, I have a rule. I have a rule. There's all kinds of things I don't wear because of my skin tone. Different creams, brown.
Yeah, it was not it was just not nice.
I have not looked at the Met clothes yet. A lot were they were more toned down. Like when Jared Leto showed up in the cat suit, I was like, wow.
Yeah, but that was for his cat. I downloaded the short story the theme was based off of, so I don't completely know if people followed the brief or not. It's only 6 pages, but
so I also sorry.
War stuff. No, go ahead.
This is what I was talking about, where it was distinctly weird, and they had a bunch of weirdly African stuff there. Or they purchased someone's locker or something.
Well, that's like what I had at my Goodwill. They still have some Indian dresses. Somebody either got rid of their Indian grandma's closet or a shop went out of business.
And this is extremely well made. I'm going to cut the sides and the arms though and cut it to my size. And I still have a ton of blue material left over. Or I might go crazy and use green because there's a bunch of greens incorporated in this.
Or you could do a strip of gold and a strip of green on each side and then alternate it.
That's not a bad idea. I've been trying to make something like this, so I'm also going to recreate it as well. I'm not going to take it apart. I'm going to cut the sides and add to it. It's so funny. I've been on this whole kick. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. That's an African warrior shirt. Today I walked up to this spot and this guy had a ton of African stuff. It was strange. Because it's one of those places where if you don't speak Spanish, you're not going to get the full story. Thank you, Mona.
Or the best price.
It's a very specific tribe. Oh, do you know what's really funny? Like, I don't know if anyone remembers, but years ago when I made the Kenti print scarf, that's what started. I got actual hate mail from people. People told me I wasn't worthy to even wear that print.
I'm not worthy.
I saved all of it. It makes me laugh. More than anything else, it makes me laugh. It's not like I'm not like, oh, you hurt my feelings. It's like, thanks for watching.
Right, exactly.
I'm back on my cowboy hat quest. It bothers me
Big
that
enough for your head?
well, the problem is that the only companies that make hats big enough for my head, they start at like 100 something, and I destroy cowboy hats because I do cowboy stuff. And so I don't want to pay $300 for a Stetson that I'm going to utterly and completely eviscerate.
Eviscerate?
My hat, I've sewn it back together like 3 or 4 different times. And quite honestly, my cowboy boots are starting to fit because they're right at the point of disintegration.
Oh, no. Oh.
They're do you know it's funny? Hats, boots, and all kinds of things, they don't fit properly right until they're about to just completely and utterly
Guess what? These aren't 22
go on you.
ounces anymore.
Oh, I have to put this on this side. So I am going to test out my Singer Heavy Duty. We're going to find out if this thing is what it says it is. You know what the sad thing is? So far, maybe get a leather hat. I like that idea. So far, my Singer Heavy Duty is actually held up. But knowing me, this thing's going to completely do a get smart and explode on me.
That's why I prefer my Singer non-electrics.
At this point, I'm ready to start busting out like my 1950s table. I know that machine is reliable.
Yeah,
But,
why use a Toyota when you can use a Maserati?
My Maserati goes 185. I lost my license. I absolutely love Joe Walsh. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. I was actually really surprised at the performance of this thing, so we'll see if it was just a fluke or not. Have you heard the tales of the Singer Heavy Duty?
No. Tell me a story, sir.
It's the most falsely advertised modern sewing machine of all time.
Why am I not even really surprised?
Well, if you think about it, like it's sold as a heavy duty sewing machine, but it has plastic parts, which shouldn't be in the same sentence.
No, it shouldn't.
People purchase it thinking it's a professional machine, and it's not. But when you hear heavy duty, what do you think of? Something that's 300 pounds. They're okay machines.
Yeah, the girl I'm sitting at.
Exactly.
My new workhorse. One of these days, I'm gonna have to sew on my other machines just to make sure everybody's oiled. It's been months since this girl moved in. I think we're a teammate in the circus costume shop.
That's what happened with my serger. My sewing machine was like, I quit. You found something else.
You're cheating on me.
Oh
That's
man.
kind of how I feel
New sewing machine, old habits. I put that pin way too close. Let me move that pin. I've had this sewing machine for months. I paid $34 and this still resells for $200 to $300.
my goodness. I don't understand. Besides the computers and the modern machines, the parts are crap. Like, I don't get it.
It's making light work of this, though. I'm just being extremely cautious, like I should have been from the beginning.
Oh, yeah, because I already drove off the seam and had to restart.
I have to use the right term for getting a new machine. Look for industrial machines, not heavy duty. That is just a marketing term. Absolutely. I've seen so many videos when people talk about it. The thing is, I have this machine as my ultra backup. I'm just surprised at its performance because I've heard nothing but bad things about it. But it's actually performing quite well.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I successfully did a narrow rolled hem and added lace all in one step. Thank you, narrow rolled hem foot with the lace attachment slot. Turn the corner.
Ouch. Did it do its duty for Queen and Country?
It did. No, I knew that the foot was going to do its job. The question is, in my mind, always was, am I going to be skilled enough to actually maneuver? Because with the right hand, you need to make sure the lace stays in the slot. But in the left hand, make sure that your fabric is also rolling over the rolled hem piece, and then both pieces attach. Yes, me and my fancy feet again. I should just have a show that's just like only feet, where we just do what we always do, but showcase the foot of the week. Oh, God. Sometimes
you need to market that. You need to market that because someone's going to steal that from you. Patent pending. Patent pending. That is such a good idea.
I know, and again this week, somebody on my YouTube from my hula hooping foot video, like, there's feet creepers who just leave weird comments on that video, and I'm like, I kind of laugh. I engaged with the very first one that was like, that's a bad idea, kid. You don't talk to these weirdos. But they just, I don't know. It's just really funny to me. And a little bit creepy, but
just whatever. Don't feed the bears and you'll be okay.
Exactly, right.
Always pay attention to the signs of the campgrounds.
It's true, which is why that whole if you'd be a girl in the woods, would you rather a man or a bear? And I don't know anymore. None of them. Can I just be left alone in the woods?
Can I just say, I'm so glad you brought that up because I didn't want to bring it up, but I knew that you would. I knew that you would.
If I shut up, like, because when my testicles precede me into a room, I can't deny what biology is.
So would you rather be in? See, I have been watching and had the lovely happenstance of streaming with Rashawn from the Critically Drinking channel, and on his channel they've discussed this in length. So would you rather be alone with a strange man or be in the woods with a bear? And I know where you live.
That's true. I have had bears, like, in cops knocking at the door at 7 o'clock in the morning, like on a weekday, like, hey, be careful, there's a bear in the tree in your parking lot. And people, like, I know that there's literally bears in my neighborhood, so I'm not necessarily I'm not afraid of either, if that's where, like, I'm scared of one and not scared of another. That's kind of a non-issue. But if it came to, was I worried that somebody was going to attack me? I guess I'd take the man, because I'm pretty sure, being small and lithe, I could take him out somehow. But I'm short, not lithe right now. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who can't, like...
I can't even say on stream what a bear does to you.
Well, and exactly. No, that's gory too. But then I also, in my brain, was like, well, are we talking about, like, an animal, a bear, or a burly gay man who identifies as a bear? In which case, I think I take the man. Like, I'm so confused.
Hey, I'd actually feel safe with a bear. Right? A bear will back you up. A bear, if you get in a fight, a bear will stand right behind you like, oh no, We are not fighting today.
Right, they'll just use their like size and English language or language skills. Like, so
And bears always look scary too, so no one's trying to fight a bear
they
anyway.
do, but they're like
The nicest
are
humans.
most bears like bikers? Like they look weird, but they're like, we're just
real.
like gonna do it this way.
For real, there's a saying, with all that leather on, you're either going to a gay bar or a biker bar. Sometimes it's both.
Right.
Oh, this
Yeah,
machine is actually performing. I'm really shocked.
But then also like 2 years ago, 18 months, whatever, there was the whole thing with the ladies working out. And she's like, I don't work out to beat strongman. I work out to be able to beat Baron Woods. So I'm like, I could go. Come on, bear. Use these baby flabby guns for something.
As the person who is both bear and man, I'd rather be alone.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, I don't want either of you. Just leave me alone.
A bear just wants to hibernate and eat food.
Right? And the bears are definitely like here. And
oh wow. All right, so I have to say for the record, this Singer heavy duty actually is working. And this very function destroyed my my other machine, making my gentleman's hat.
oh, hot for you.
Wow. All right. Now I'm going to turn this over. You know what it is as a society, you know, we went from reading books to quoting movies to now quoting the crazy things that we say on the internet. As somebody who's been chased by a bear, I've been in so many situations in my life. I still have dreams about being chased by a bear, and it was in northern Oregon. The only place I've ever seen a bear in my life.
Okay. Only one little hiccup. I'm practicing on the little crotch square, so this will be the back side. And I'll attach that, and then also snaps so that we can get in and out of our underclothes easily, because you go, we gotta pee. Let's see here, Allie, it will work until the frame under the plastic twists out and you will never be able to get it fixed. All right. Allie tells the future of how the machine will die.
Well, the problem is I use these things like they're industrial, and because I'm sitting in a room of sewing machines, I'm like, oh, I'll just grab another one.
Right. Save those plastic relics, use the metal beasts.
I think it's time. Even I used to use my 301A for everything, but then I started getting fancier than just a single stitch, you know.
There's tools to fix that. I mean, come on. I'm on a treadle that we might decorate with some zigzag stitch details. Oh, don't get me started. Jesus Christ. Jeebus Christus. Don't give me ideas to... Oh, this project was supposed to be a simple 1-day, 2-day affair, and... in the twisted mind of the Phoenix.
Was it supposed to be a 3-hour tour?
Yes! I thought so, that I could get all the embroidery done. And did I cut a new sundress for tomorrow? Yes. Yes, I did. It's hanging right now.
Try to get
some clickbait.
Try to get a Singer Electric 1591 with direct motor. You know what? I need to look. I might have one in this. Whenever you say certain things, I'm like, I might have one of those in this room. You know what? In sake of not destroying this hat, I'm going to pick this out and call it done. Oh, that's the back. Okay.
Oh, I love it when we hide the bad things at the back.
Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm about to put on my Mad Hatter outfit.
All right, we have a fancy. Actually, this is going to sit this way.
Yay!
Fancy snap crotch section.
Ooh.
I need more light in the nighttime. The light on my camera that I see back, the picture looks so much better than I see on the screen, and it bugs me.
But you sound clear and look clear, 100%
Okay.
compared to how it was before. So
we did some upgrades. Well, I found one of the things was a fix with the Windows has an automatic background noise suppression in Windows 11 that I had to manually shut off. So that was a whole bunch of the sound issue. It wasn't even like a streaming problem. It was a Windows problem. I was like, thank you, human, who told me about this. And yeah, I'm in love with this refurbished C100 Mark II. It's with this, even with my old stock lens, like this is a nice camera.
Oh, this is gonna be great. I might have to sit on the floor because the hat is so big. All in frame.
Oh, I guess it's time to fussy cut the back.
Do you know what's so funny? I'm making all these tweed clothes during, it's basically.
Wait, you're prepping for next season. No, but that's the way it goes. You sew your summer clothes in the winter so that everything's ready with your current size and measurements, and then you sew the winter clothes ahead of time.
I actually learned that from the old schoolers too. They'd always buy a heater during the winter, and then buy an air conditioner. No, I'm sorry, buy an air conditioner during the winter and a heater during the summer because they were always cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Hold on, let me make sure this suit's on properly.
Do we fit?
I look like, with my cowboy hat on, I look like a used car salesman. This is full Willy Wonka.
Oh, I like the orange on the night. Oh, cute.
Oh, this is. Do you know what? This came from me watching Gangs in New York way too many times. In America, I'm gonna walk around my neighborhood talking trash to people with this outfit on.
I want to be in America. I want to be in America.
Oh. Now this is full ridiculous. If it wasn't Mother's Day, I would go skating in the gym, but I have to, hang out with my mom tomorrow. 4 and many machines ago. Ollie Papa,
I was gonna say
4 and many machines ago.
I know the tone of this commenter.
I love my hat. I knew it would go. With this
You
suit.
can go skating in that. You need the pants and a blue shirt. I need a powder blue shirt and matching pants.
I have been watching WKRP in Cincinnati. This hat, I love this hat. This is great. Look how big it is. Look how ginormous that thing is. Oh, I hit my light.
1860s or 1980s meets 20s meets 1880s.
I knew this would look amazing. Here in the House of Sewing, I look like I'm running for president.
Against Abe Lincoln.
I just need a pin right here.
And you need your stovetop pipe to go with your stovetop hat. That is not the right words.
Let me make sure there's something in my pipe.
Oh, suspenders. Oh, it does need suspender pants and suspenders. Yes.
Wool is, do you know, I know this is no secret, but wool is hot and tweed is just as hot.
can see that. But it also absorbs, what's 3 times, it absorbs an amazing amount of water. So even though it's heavy and warm, it will actually keep you cool in the summer. That's your thumbnail for next week's Friday Sews. Clip this.
I should do my stance. Oh, this is perfect too. And you know what's funny? Because tweed is so thick, this stands. This is a mohawk without mousse. This thing is literally standing on its own. Let me try to fix something real quick.
I didn't catch the lace down. That's not going to look very well. Oh, but I must lower my president and lift my needle. Okay. Now we can stitch for the lace at the leg holes.
Sorry, I had to fix my computer from 2012. 2013-ish. And the funny thing is, it's a Samsung, and it's slowly expanding. It's gonna explode on me.
If it's what?
I'm not kidding you.
You need to harvest the parts and Frankenstein a new computer. It probably needs a lot. It needs a lot of things. Harvest the parts. Harvest.
Oh, this hat is amazing. I'm gonna watch this on the replay and be like, "This is what your life has become." I knew somebody back in the day when I was a kid. I knew someone that worked at a $1.50 movie theater, 25, almost 30 years ago. And you know, I came of age. I would hang out there all the time, and he would walk out on his smoke breaks and be like, "Oh, this is what my life has become." But he was generally just a miserable human. But I say it as more of a joking, funny kind of thing.
It's true, right? Well, I mean, we can be Eeyore or we can be.
Life is
fair.
attitude. Life is
It
totally
is.
attitude, says the guy wearing an orange tweed suit with a giant hat.
Right. And the lady sewing more lace underwear because you can never have enough old-fashioned lace underwear.
So I did that, you know, for Mother's Day, I took my mom yesterday. I took her to a Mexican restaurant, and she drank 2 margaritas.
It was lit.
And then today she called me and she's like, you know, let's go get Mexican food. I was like, look, you need to eat something before we go to the restaurant, okay? So she got slammed. It's funny though, because she tells me, because this place we go all the time. It's right in my neighborhood, and they love us. It's like Cheers. I actually like walking in there because they're like, "Hey, what's up?" If I'm indecisive, they already know what I kind of always order. You know.
Oh, that's nice.
I really like this place, but they get my mom hammered.
They're extra. They know you, and they are very generous with their.
They're pouring drinks like this, you know. I almost want to tell them, like, "Hey, man, give her half of whatever you're." When I have to escort my mother out holding her, and she's like, "Whoa, man, those margaritas are strong."
Yeah. I feel like I appreciate your generosity. However.
So, needless to say, I'll be making carne asada tomorrow. We will not be having margaritas. I don't drink though, so I'm. The thing is though, she likes going with me because I'm the permanent designated driver.
Right.
Hey, Pam, great to see you. Great to see you. I am so proud of my hat. I had such a good time meeting you, Pam. I'm glad that you made it back safe.
I know you had your big fan meetup.
Yeah, I'm Pam's fan. True. I love this hat though. I absolutely love how this came out. I don't know if I have enough for pants, so we're gonna go full English school kid and make a pair of shorts.
Okay, that would fair.
Yay! And I love all the videos that you've been posting. I love all the videos you've been posting lately. But I have to check to see if I have enough for pants. I'll do it because I'm gonna start making pants the actual way you're supposed to. Because I have this really like sideways way of making pants, but then I've been watching tutorials and I'm like, oh, that's so much easier than what I've been doing for 20 years.
Oh, you know who's really good with tailoring and alterations? What is it? Tailor Noir?
I'm subscribed.
Okay. I figured as much, but just checking.
But a lot of the times, like you'll be subscribed to somebody. I try to keep my subscriptions down to a certain amount because you get overwhelmed. Like I was literally just going through my son's computer. He subscribed to everybody. Like he has like how could you? That's like chaos having 1,000 something subscriptions.
Right. Hey, Joy. I did notice happy birthday might be in order.
Happy birthday, Joy. Happy birthday. I hope you had a great day, evening. Yay. I look like I'm going to try to get Pinocchio to go on that island where the kids are smoking cigars.
Yes, and you are the one with the skirt. Yes.
Hey, kids, you want to see... Pinocchio is actually such a dark story. Pinocchio,
I know, we won't tell jokes about
awful.
Right
No, we can't tell Pinocchio jokes. Not in the modern era. Not even Jiminy Cricket jokes, because Jiminy Cricket had terrible implications. Happy birthday. It was just a day.
You stopped by here and I made sure everybody remembered because I sometimes know a few things about a few things, or I'm a weird internet stalker. You take your choice.
You are appreciated here in the House of Sewing. So happy birthday. And you hang out with me on mine. I have sulked for the past 2 years. The only reason I've had good birthdays is because I've had a live stream on my birthday. I had this really terrible streak of just having the worst birthdays. And then I had a midlife crisis when I hit 40.
Did I get my lace stuck again?
So can we pick up on the conversation where we left off 6-7 months ago, how hashtag van life scares me? I've been hashtag van life. Do you know what they used to call that?
Homeless. But now you're just unhoused because homeless is like
I don't know why that bothers
somehow.
me. I don't know why unhoused bothers me so much. I don't know why, but again, I don't have I'm not in the fight. But I don't know why that saying bothers me.
No, but it's this whole manipulation of language that's happening. And oh my god, I'm gonna go off tomorrow about my poor friends in Canada. Bill C-63. WTF Trudeau, but I'll save that one for tomorrow because it makes me so mad and
I watched one news story and then a million stories start popping up, and this van life guy kind of helped out somebody else, and that was the story. That was it. But the hashtag van life started popping back up on I love going to these people's channel because it'll be like, oh, look at my first day, van life. Then it's like hashtag last day of van life, It's rough.
Yeah, because it's weirdly expensively inexpensive, and
that's another one of my old tired cliche jokes. When I was a kid, your parents would threaten you with, you're going to live in a van down by the river. Now I can't even afford to buy that van to live by the river.
Oh, that's funny because I always used to get told I was going to get sold to the gypsies. And then I had my Indian friends like literally laugh because the gypsies are migrated out of India. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, that would kind of have been a fun life. And then I reminisce about a story that I was told of this one Jamaican circus artist who his family couldn't keep him, so he was sold to the circus. So, like,
my parents used to threaten me with that too, and sometimes I wish I'd joined the circus.
Exactly, right?
I could do all kinds of stuff, and back then I could do all kinds of backflips. I would have been an amazing acrobat. I gotta take this hat. It is so hot. This hat is so hot. Oh, do you watch? Oh my gosh, this hat is so. Hold on, let me see. Whoa. Let me see Joy's comment.
Oh, well, that one's interesting, Joy. My dad used to say I'd never saw you look at shoes, never knew what he meant. Yeah, that's a little odd. Oh, you were gonna get left at the zoo, Allie. Yeah, I can't speak. My family's Jewish, but nobody ever got. That's not where the jokes came from. It was my Slavic Ukrainian side that was like.
No, people.
Kid.
When people used to say stuff like that around here. When I was in junior high school, I really, honestly, I had a really sheltered existence until you hit junior high or high school.
True.
Then you hear all kinds of things you've never heard in your life. Oh, I am so. You know what's so sad? I am so proud of this vest. It's not even funny. And you know what? I've learned to not praise my sewing machines. So you worked, sewing machine. Good for you. You worked.
Right. You earned your keep for another day.
You run great, but you could be faster.
Yes. That's like the Slavic, like Asian, Eastern European compliments. You didn't do the shittiest job today. I guess you can stay on the team.
I kind of really want to. I'm probably going to add patches to this tonight because I have a bunch of patches. I probably won't put my glittery peacock on this vest. Oh, I should put it on the other one though. Excuse me. I'm trying to think all the crazy stuff that my parents would tell me all kinds. I will tell you though, propaganda works. My generation, we were always told not to talk to strangers, not like, they used to show us videos like don't trust people trying to lure you in their car and stuff.
Yeah, except the dare one was a huge fail.
Little dare was a huge fail, and we had sane here too. But I will never forget, I was walking home from elementary school by myself, and this elderly couple pulled up and they asked me where the main boulevard was. And it was kind of weird to me because all you had to do was go up this one street and it was literally right there. And I'll never forget, I was like, I don't know you. And I ran home.
Right, because like it's all right to be polite and like answer a simple tourist question.
No, they were like, but the guy was like, hey, can you come to my car? And I was like, no, I don't know you. And I ran. But home training.
The car, that's a whole different level.
Oh, home training. I ran. Gosh, that had to have been like, I was in elementary school. That was like late 80s, early 90s. Do people let their kids walk by themselves nowadays?
No, I feel like people like the bus system for school here is weird. And parents drive their kids like a mile and a half. I'm like, just let them walk. Like
my son's high school is different because my neighborhood's more old school. And so the high school and all the old school high schools are like that. They're built into a neighborhood. And so most people are walking home. And I kind of like that because it creates a culture of the parents don't necessarily have to come pick up their kid because most of the kids live in the neighborhood.
Right, the kids live in the neighborhood here, but they still get picked up. It's not that far. Are we that terrified that they keep, like, we would walk that far?
But it's different now, though. You're not necessarily allowed to leave your child unattended. And and the funny thing is, I know for a fact that in your state, you guys have harsher laws than we do here.
Yeah, we're trying to be California light, and it sucks.
I was an overprotective mother. Clifford Olson was killing kids. I was afraid. And you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like we had something like that going on around here as well. So there was always a story. And the funny thing is, it wouldn't happen to you, but it could happen to someone you know.
Right, yeah, this, like, the mainstream media propaganda. Oh, sugar snaps again! Oh!
But I'll tell you, that day that those people walked up to me, like, they asked me that one question, and I ran because I was trained. Like, people shouldn't be speaking to children like that anyway.
True. Yeah, so I accidentally just cut through one of the scallops on the back side. I split it clean all the way through.
I put a rotary tool almost through my pointer finger.
Ugh, that's not good either.
I will have that scar for the rest of my life. I think I changed my fingerprints.
Well, that's good to do every once in a while.
I'm serious. I am serious. Like, it's not going away. It went deep. But I have a question for you. Have you ever participated in Eurovision?
I watched the movie about it by Will Ferrell. Don't even get me started, because this, depending on which side we're going on with this Eurovision thing,
I'm only talking
really
about
contentious.
I'm not talking about what country represents what. I'm only talking about, have you ever watched it?
No, just the parody movie by Will Ferrell. But I know the premise of it.
Maybe you didn't look little. You might have looked older. That is true. But I was a very, like, I know this is going to be hard to believe, but I was an extremely shy kid. And well, I was shy towards strangers in general.
I know. I was not a good talker. Honestly, there was a whole year where I literally just chose not to talk. Yeah.
Strange woman almost walked off with my baby who was in a cart. She walked off with her cart and saw me and said, "Sorry, I had the wrong cart."
Oh no.
I could not tell you anything about that woman. I was in shock.
I believe it.
For someone that was almost kidnapped, it's super scary for a 78-year-old. Heck yeah. And you know what's funny, Joy? When my son was a baby, my ex-wife and I lived in Stockton, California. We're in a supermarket, and this woman walks up to my ex-wife, and she's like, "Oh, your baby is so beautiful. I hope your baby doesn't get snatched."
Oh, that's weird.
I told her to exit, but I didn't say it because like, I did not look like my ex-wife, so people didn't think that we were together. Because we look we look so polar opposite. Like, we don't even look like we should be in the same group. So, like, I told her, I'm scared of the end at the same time. People are crazy.
Yeah.
And so, absolutely. I was an extreme sort of kid. I ran off lots of problems. Yeah.
You just gotta move and get away for a while.
But I think it's also too, people say things and they don't know they're traumatizing you. I think that particular person was just on drugs, because in Stockton, everybody kind of was. I worked at a factory I worked at a bakery where we would process 2 million breadsticks a night.
That's a lot of breadsticks. Come on,
It was a
Crazy Cat.
competitive job too. Oh, so
I
I,
mean, 2005. No, 2020.
no, I'm sorry, 2 million a night. We would supply the entire, basically anything north of Stockton. So it was like all of Northern California and Oregon and Washington. I have so much tweed. Should I make a I've been watching WKRP in Cincinnati. I think I'm gonna go full suit.
Yeah, we need pink. You need a bottom. You can't. You're not done yet.
Well, I have to see this orange tweed. I bought it in a giant 9-yard. I thought it was a rug because it was in one continuous piece. It just came with a manufacturer mark on it and everything. That's how I know exactly what kind of blend it is and exactly how much tweed and how much synthetics are in it. It actually taught me how to read label for tweed now. I am now Professor Tweed. Should I put patches? Should I put corduroy patches on the elbow?
Yes, only if they're corduroy or they're leather patches on tweed. Or do you want corduroy? I mean, I guess it's your jacket.
It reminds me of that era. Like my dad was Nam era. He was t-shirt and jeans. My grandfather wore a 3-piece suit always. He was from he was from a different era. He was World War II generation. So just like wearing a full suit reminds me of my grandfather. He would garden with full suspenders, nice shirt and pants.
Yes, because people used to dress and we weren't slobs, or we didn't just regress to wearing our underwear as outerwear. Is kind of what it feels like.
And also, it's a regional thing too, though. Like the weather is getting extremely hot here, so people are, they're showing shoulders.
Right.
I'm gothic. I'm gonna have to stop wearing long sleeve, but I wear long sleeves every day. I get away with it because at my job we have to wear long sleeves, even when it's 100 something outside. But the truth is, when it's 110 outside, we're not outside. We're in the shop, so.
I don't perform. I wear different uniforms.
I really want to put a bunch of patches on that one vest that I got today. The denim, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that. Now that I know that's actually made for men. It's so funny. I have a denim jacket that's almost identical to that, and the buttons are on the left instead of the right. I don't see a difference between either one.
No, they're not. It's just this weird, button thing. And zipper flaps. What? Who cares? Is there a zipper? Does your outfit work? I don't understand this gendering of buttons and zippers.
And even before, when I when I didn't know how to make that part for shorts, all of my shorts are board shorts. They do not have zippers on them.
Well, just put ties. Who needs a zipper or a button? Unnecessary. Or elastic.
I went crazy with elastic when I don't know if it was from my grandmother or my father, but I inherited just roll after roll after roll of elastic, and it was still good.
Oh, that's good because I've got some from my grandma that I've had I threw out over the years because it just was raw, and I'm like, this serves no one any good. In
a really ironic twist. Oh, this is non-roll. Yeah, non-roll elastic. I have some right here. This has to be from my dad though, because this is drip. But I have a ton of this stuff. Literally laying around, apparently. That was weird.
Just Pull a prop.
That never happens. I'm gonna have to go back and cut that. That was ready to go.
Oh my god, but I'm gonna need to woo you to the Rumble Studio. Hey, best price. It's freaking free, and you can multi-stream to everywhere, and it's
I
built
need
in
you
easy.
to. Because a lot of the time when I'm quiet, it's because I'm trying to think of what to say because I actually censor myself a lot because I speak YouTube English.
Right, and exactly, and you do not need to do this to yourself.
Well, it's also because in I periodically slip certain words in that aren't acceptable, you know.
Right, and it's okay. Come to the Rumble side. We have meat and cookies.
Because the Rumble they send me like, hey, dust off your channel, kid.
Yeah, you should, because literally, oh my god, I haven't spoken to you. There is officially a Rumble subcategory that is sewing, and I made this happen with weeks of pestering, one sad photo, and the Rumble community rallying behind me, and within 24 hours, I could just click S, drop down, and there was sewing. So we have we exist on Rumble now. I made this happen.
I'm thinking about starting a Twitch channel as well. For that very reason that they don't it's very niche. So if I started doing sewing live streams, people would be like, "Hey, what's up with this sewing guy?" And that reminds me, I brought something back in this room because every 6 months I stick true to my plan and try to revive my synth pop career. Do you know what I brought back in here?
The equalizer.
Welcome to the House of Sewing.
Oh my god, and you can listen. You should, if you're bored on Friday nights, synth tracks, DJ Cheesus, the best 80s, 90s synth pop.
I watched
whatever we request.
I watched that.
The chat is fire. It's so amazing. I had somebody oh my gosh, this one character, Iceman, I don't even know. No, doesn't create anything, just like pops into chats and sometimes pops in to mine, which is like super amazing. But I've been listening to this other channel, Alternative Mixtapes, during my Saturday morning shows because I don't want to suffer people to music if they don't like it, so I just keep it to me chatting in the sounds of the sewing machines. But they were like, hey, brother, and Ice was like, she's a sister. It was like somebody, so it was just sweet. I don't know, chivalry,
I like that.
Something.
I'm glad that you're back, Joy.
Chivalry.
I've been having lots of internet problems too. I'm trying not to have some huge conspiracy theory, but like on my side in America, everyone I know has Spectrum, and Spectrum needs to get their stuff together.
I know, because yesterday I heard, what is it? They turned on yesterday at 5:00, was out for 3 hours because they had to cancel. America's Untold Stories had to literally for the first time ever cancel their Freeform Friday show because Grobert did not have internet, and then it came magically back on at 5:00. It was like, hey, we're out for 3 hours.
I walked into my mom's house and she was screaming, I pay a lot of money. And I was like, yep, she's talking to the internet people. Because she's old school, so she still gets cable. She has she has a lot of at stake with these people.
But you don't need to pay for cable if you pay for internet because it comes through the same line. That's one of the biggest scams.
That's how they got us with long distance. Cell phones exposed the fact that these companies never had to charge us a dime for long distance. And look at us. We forget how many, me and my sister don't get along at all. But I feel sorry for her because she got in a lot of trouble for calling out of this county. And I don't even like her anymore. But a lot of people got in trouble for things that didn't exist.
Oh, there's probably. Oh, don't. Okay, tomorrow is going to be a ranty, angry stream on my show. I'm like saving it up. I've got my list ready.
I'll stop by if I'm not in a food coma. I'm making
It's all
carne
good. I
asada.
know. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to drop the link. I never know whenever your life changes and times don't always work out. But just hit me up.
Please.
Just slide into the DMs.
I will. I will. No, recently I've just had a bunch of life changes, but it's all for the good though. It's not anything bad,
No, I don't. I never figure, and that's why I'm like, you're usually at like 8:15 on a school night. I'm like, no, bro, I can't start. This is not a good starting hour for me.
It's because I don't sleep. Let's be real. It's because I do not sleep at night, but I acquire all these amazing skills.
Right? No,
because I don't sleep at night.
I'm not a nice human if I don't sleep, and my day job can be very demanding in all sorts of unexpected and stressful ways.
Sorry, I was looking at something really quick. The hockey game turned off. Let's see. I'm on this weird quest for a new cowboy hat, even though I'm sitting in a room of cowboy hat.
There's always something to want.
Well, it's because I need a new everyday wearing hat.
Show yourself.
All right, let's see what else. On to the next project, huh? I think I want to keep the orange thread in here, so I might move on to the hoodie instead of because the tweed suit's gonna take a minute.
It's true. Oh, should I grab the dress that I'm hanging for tomorrow? Let me go to the other room.
That's weird. The internet just went out on one of my. That is weird. Do you know what's so funny? This reminds me of the pandemic when everybody was like, just, like we're all familiar with our internet, but we got real familiar with our internet all of a sudden.
We did, but also there was so much usage. So a little bit of clickbait. I thought I was going to cut the blue and white tile flower fabric, but little man decided he wanted to sleep on it. So we have a polka dotted dress for tomorrow instead. So I'm hanging it so I can cut the hem so we don't have like my other. So I've got a nicer hem. So we're hanging. Clickbait.
Oh, man.
And we're back. All right, Allie's going to be back also. Cuckoo.
So you don't, you're not a Eurovision person, huh?
I just hadn't learned about it until my sibling told me, and then we watched the Will Ferrell movie. So I know it. Yeah, that's my extent. I don't know how I missed this because I love reality TV.
I made it maybe, hold on, let me move this. Maybe 35 minutes into the Will Ferrell movie.
It was so funny.
You know what? I'm addicted to watching music videos, especially in languages that I don't understand. I think I like that even more. But Eurovision isn't necessarily my thing. And I'm not necessarily a pop guy either.
True. Yeah, honestly, my theory speculation, Eurovision is just a bunch of political hot trash, money laundering, pandering on hot takes from Phoenix.
Yeah, but you could say that about RuPaul's Drag Race. You could say that about they have a competition with a certain outcome that only a certain amount of people a small governing body are gonna choose, no matter what anyone says.
Yeah. And then they get you to like it by having, what is it, that isn't it from your state, the mayor or senator or whatever who keeps showing up? I don't even know if I want to talk about this. This is bad takes. Never mind. I'll just save that mayor who makes poor choices. And
I forgot this machine was so unused. I still have all the original parts in the bag.
where they should be.
You know what? Like Ollie said, it's a good machine. It's just not an industrial, and it was advertised as. And so
No,
because
'cause
of that,
metal parts are way better. These plastic computerized machines, are they? Oh my god! Brain random tangent. So if all the cars and a whole bunch of these new sewing machines, I see you, brother Skitch or whatever weird that it is, that you need to buy the subscription for the embroidery stuff and pay every month to get your machine to work. If all of the cars and all of the sewing machines, if you have to use the internet, are we at risk for being shadow banned from sewing by wrong think and
yes.
wrong speech?
And can I just say that we are all proving Isaac Asimov right? This is iRobot. Everybody, you know what? Now that's on my list now. When everybody's in their flying car, I'm going to be on my motorcycle. And now when everybody's in their flying sewing machine, I'm going to be with my treadle.
Right, yes.
Internet is being weird. I'm searching for designs to put on bags. The internet's been weird around here too. One of my computers kicked off for no reason right now. I have no idea why. I think it's because we're talking about it.
I know. I'm sorry. That's why you need to come to the Rumble. Like, you need to do this. This is important. And the shit that's happening, I don't know. I feel all my conspiracy theories have come true, and my new ones are on the verge of tapping out. I'm frightened.
I had an opportunity to get an industrial machine, and part of me is glad that I didn't. And the other part of me is like I should have got the machine.
But you have so many old metal pieced, old-fashioned vintage workhorses. If the table's crap, put it in a better table. But the machines, they work.
You're
always.
right. And all my and that's one thing. Every single one of my antique sewing machines work. Well, it's because they're based on a simple principle, so they're easy just to get going like that.
Exactly, yes.
Especially like once I figured out that white goes in a different direction than Singer, like you couldn't keep me on the farm. I was refurbishing every sewing machine I got my hands on.
I know, and those whites are amazing. Oh my God, Brunhild needs some love. I need some leather slippers on top of everything else. That my list is too long.
I think I might do that. I might dig out. I have to find. I'm so embarrassed. I cleaned out the corner, then I found 3 bags of sewing machine cords, and I was like, oh, like you're ridiculous. I shamed myself, and they were like anywhere from my 301A, which is actually really universal because that 3-pronged plug was used for everything. And I need to find that cord because I have an industrial with a Kenmore, not an industrial, it's a 1950s Singer with a Kenmore motor. And the thing, I used to use it all the time until my collection grew. And they got fancier and fancier over time.
Oh, am I at a spot where I actually need to press shit?
You can put an industrial motor with an old white or Singer black machines. Joy, that's not a bad idea. I've been getting those advertised to me heavy lately. They're like, oh, you like looking at this? What about these other 75 things that you need that you don't need?
But they're close.
Because you can buy a sewing machine, an industrial motor right now online. Right now. I like that. I really like that idea. I've been looking up all kinds of things trying to justify my decision. But it was trashed. It was trashed. Even, and this is me saying that. You can tell that thing was used 100,000 times in a factory. Like they made jeans for 20 years off that thing.
So she was ridden hard and put up wet. Is that the saying?
That's exactly what the saying is. And they had it for, and I don't know. And also, the thing that is the real deterrent is when I bought my blind stitcher, I'm glad I didn't do a video of how I got it in this room.
Because then you'd have to admit magic is real.
My blind stitcher weighs 300 pounds. And that's table legs and everything. And the legs are, it's an industrial table, so it's made to shake.
Right.
And this particular industrial machine was on the exact same table. Don't you have one on your blind hammer that you don't? Joy is over here solving problems. Joy, you literally just invented something when I'm going to give you credit. I sure do have a motor I'm not using on my blind stitcher that I know for a fact will fire up and turn down. All the lights in this room will go zoop when I turn that thing off.
Well, you better do it now before fire season starts, unless fire season has started where you are and I cannot speak words.
It in a weird way it has, because when I was at my son's MMA class last Thursday, there was at least 4 or 5 fire trucks, and I was like, uh-oh, is it already that? But the thing is, it's a perfect storm. When it's windy, we have hot weather with wind.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's a perfect storm here.
Yeah.
And it's been pouring rain, so all the beautiful lush greenery is turning to brush.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way about having such a wet, cool spring. Is I'm like, oh, that just means underbrush for fire season.
Joy is 100% correct. I have that giant industrial motor just sitting there. Oh, I'm gonna do that. How would I do that? I'd have to take my blind stitcher out completely, wouldn't I?
That I cannot. That's outside my wheelhouse. Ooh, but I think so, to save you more money, because Rumble Studio is free to multi-stream. I was chatting with a chap who is very talented at some overlays, and there may or may not in the near future be free overlays, intros, outros, fancy assets, editable assets, because I'm sure that they'd make it editable. We're making stuff happen. Come to the Rumble side. Click. I'm not in my stream. I'm shilling. Sorry. Come to the Rumbles. We just got banned in Russia. Hey.
It's okay. You can go full Emperor Palpatine here.
Right? Rumble does not stream in Brazil, France, Russia. Because they were like, you want us to ban content creators because of speech? We have the American Jack in the Box waiting for you. And said, nope, we're just not available here.
Alibaba, I have a question for you. Can I use the motor for my blind stitcher on one of my 1950s sewing machines, or one of my white sewing machines?
Right, that's the human to ask. Darth Manuel knows everything.
Well, if I used my white, I'd have to reverse the polarity.
Polarities. Oh, right, because that machine runs. Because whites drive in the right direction. They drive forward. It's singers that drive backwards.
Well, I have the table. I have all the parts here. I have everything. Literally everything I need is right here. I wouldn't even have to go shopping for anything.
All you ever needed is
You have to use a
sitting
custom belt.
in my room.
Well, I'm really good at placing things. In my day job, I may or may not know how to make consoles. So I know all about spacing it. Hey, Kilroy, I was wondering where you were.
I know. I mean, come on, fishes. Where you been, homie?
Yay! No, Kilroy
I
hasn't been
missed
feeling
your
well.
snark.
Kilroy hasn't been feeling well, so I'm so glad to see you. Just mount the motor on the other side and run a white. I learned even with cording, you can run a I was watching a video. This guy was like, "Yeah, I run my treadle on a cord." I was like, "What?" I ran to the shop. I got leather cording, and it works.
No, it does. And that's how I got this table machine. I used my corset lacing, and Allie was like, "Tie that bitch, tie it up with that, and see if it works." Wow, Phoenix has no words left. Just sewing.
You were missed, Kilroy. You were absolutely missed. I had a FOF 232 that had an industrial motor and industrial table before. Just buy a V belt. I'm not kidding. I might. This steampunk sewing machine is slowly coming together. It's way better than the copper kettle one I had planned for. It just looks illegal. It's not. It's just steam and water, but it just looks illegal.
It's California. What is not illegal in California? They're going to say, we're going to start taxing you for sewing because where is it that they want to tax you for having your own backyard chickens? Like, that we've fallen off the deep end, kids. This is too much. My brain hurts.
I hope they don't do it here because lots of people have roosters and chickens in their backyard. Sorry, I'm chewing gummy bears.
Okay, oh no. Allie says V-belt wanders on the round old style pulleys that have a round groove. Okay, so V-belt's good for some machines, but not all machines, is what I'm seeing from Darth Manual. You
need to come to Pennsylvania.
No sales tax.
Ooh.
It's true, but you know another state that doesn't have sales tax? Oregon. But Oregon stupidly made it you can pump your own gas. When we went on vacation a couple weeks ago, it was a hot mess. I'm like, no, I'm going to go to I don't know how to pump gas. I've turned into one of my parents who's I don't think has literally ever pumped gas in their entire life.
I had to show my mom when my dad passed away. My mom hadn't pumped gas in almost 50 years.
That might be a human I'm speaking of. I know who's like, no, somebody else has always done this job for me. I do not do this. I will pay for full service because I don't pump.
I'll never forget the first time I pulled into Oregon. I legitimately got out of my car and asked the guy, "What are you doing?"
You're like, you're breaking the law. Get back in your car, kid.
No, he looked at my car. He looked at my car. He looked at my plates and was like, "All right, let me explain something to you." That's probably where I got the chimichanga of destiny. It's so funny. Do you know most people are like, "Oh, don't trust gas station sushi." I have to add chimichangas on that list.
Yeah.
What is something is absolutely buzzing?
It's the electricity tonight.
No, my I need to go on my phone and go through my notifications because it's driving me crazy how much. Waterday had a beautiful FOF 232. Awesome. Those are absolutely beautiful machines. They're oh, what is wrong with my does she have the design wheel for it?
I don't know.
Gas station chimneys will give you the clap.
Oh, where are you putting this chimney that's going to give you the clap? Those are two different sicknesses. I can.
Every time I've ever got food poisoning or sick from something, it was really good too. I got food poisoning from this place called. Actually, I almost doxed myself. Oof! I got from a very local burger place, and that chimney was the first time I ever got. So in 2000, oh gosh, was that was in the early 2000s. I thought I was so cool. I drove in my 1983 Ford Ranger all the way to Tacoma, Washington, and somewhere in between that trip, I ate a gas station chimichanga that gave me real life food poisoning. And it was somewhere in Oregon. I won't say exactly where.
Yeah, thanks. Oh my gosh. But the pierogi place that burned down is opening up a food cart, and I am very excited because I still have my pierogi sponge card.
That's like in I wonder I have a lifetime membership to this place called Buy Mart. I wonder if they'll honor it. My
Yeah,
card's
they do.
from
Yeah. Oh God, don't do
I still have my
that.
card. I purchased a lifetime membership in 2005.
I don't even understand what benefits that card gives folks, but yeah, the circulars are a human's favorite reading activities. Are we old? Yes, so just shush up and leave us
I
old
made a
fogies
design
alone.
wheel for mine. Absolutely, Pam. Pam is so crafty. I'm like, can I find somebody who already made this? Real life food poisoning. What's the other kind there?
Exact right. This is like
Ooh, you can get the
oh
flu. You could like eat something, get the flu, and then blame the establishment that you were just at. That's happened.
right.
Just wondered because I had one, but no machine. I'm like that. I have pedals to machines I don't have. I have machines that I don't have the power cord.
I cannot have oh sugars. Never mind.
So that is just
Oh,
bait to catch your own FOF machine. Hey Pam, how did the digitize? Oh yeah, how did the digitizing go for you? Absolutely, absolutely. That's right. I need to bust out my I'm in this really weird guilt part of my life where I'm like, you own all this fancy stuff. You need to start using it. I'm thinking
yes.
about taking I think I'm gonna legitimately take banjo lessons because I thought I knew how to play the banjo, and then someone I know picked it up and instantly started playing, and I was like, oh man. You need to take a pedal leave, a pedal tray.
Oh, that's funny.
For real though. I was embarrassed on how many I found the other day of power cords. It reminded me of Fred Sanford when you just had
I know the two
boxes.
of you should just team up. But he needs help. It sounds like
But that's
I
the
don't know.
problem. See, but like, and if you in Fred Sanford, if you ever watch this, I say this with love. I use you as my intervention. When I watch Fred Sanford, that is my scared straight of like going in prison and someone screaming in your face because I could easily become just like him. Yep, I need a FOF serger cord. The digitizing worked out great. Still wouldn't want to pay the $1,000 for the actual program, but the 30-day trial was good. That reminds me, even right now, crickets, everything is going online. So you have to buy a subscription to have a cricket now. If you buy the newer ones.
I can yeah. What's up with this? This is chicanery. Why? No. No, I think this is why I've been binging Indian and Arabic sewing and sewing videos.
Do you know
They're
what I
so
watch?
fancy.
I watch sewing conventions, and it's always somewhere where I'm not from, so I don't speak the language. So I'm just watching the machines. It's my new Mr. Rogers, where I like, especially like in Japan or in Korea. I watched a Korean sewing convention. I was like this the whole time, like, oh, that thing's like it was basically like a robot, and the guy is just like telling it what to do.
No, I don't need that. I need to know how to make things beautiful by my own two hands.
If Fred Sanford needs a Western division, I'm here.
Yes.
Imagine owning a warehouse where you literally need a warehouse. Multiple. His warehouse is like when he walks in that one back room, that is the size of my house. Probably
Yeah,
square footage. That's probably the same size as my house.
Ugh.
There are people that program their own embroidery programs. I watched a really confusing video on this guy who was trying to show people how to make their own like hat embroidery program. It did not work out well. And he was making all these like trucker hats. He had this Ford hat, all these amazing things. And it just did not work out.
Hmm.
I still have the zip drive though.
You know, I have so many files for my baby lock, but I just don't love embroidering with that machine as much as I do the old-fashioned kiddos.
I have 2 designs completed, also patches of the designs created. Awesome. I was watching Gunter. Is it Gunter Designs?
Yes.
He made a Met Gala he made a Met Gala dress. The amount of work that they did on their Cricut, I was like, I don't want to own one. And everything looked amazing, but the stenciling was so intricate. I was like, that's insane. And he said it took 14 straight hours of just, working.
Yeah, I don't. Have you been by the costume shop in a while? I'm trying to make an envelope chemise.
But you're not doing it. But you're not like.
$6.
But you're not doing it all at once.
No, I'm not. It's been a whole day's worth I've been working on this, but I can't believe where I slit it open. I'm so mad.
I'll hold on. I'm gonna while I have hidden Twix and Reese's in here, so I'll click my screen off.
Right, I'll show off while you. Never mind. We have our spider, our scallops, our glow-in-the-dark web, the spot for something, and the bottom we did tonight, the rolled hem lace attachment all in one false swoop is something upside down. Shh, don't tell me about it. At the back, which has been snipped. Oh, that's the one where I slit. Did I slit both of them wrong? Hopefully not. Where we slit through. Because I think instead of cutting this off, I'm going to press it, take out the actual iron, press the snips down, and do some more something. Because finishing always takes more fun than last time. Just add more detail, and we're going to do flat felt seams. So we'll flat felt seam the sides. There's going to be a snap at the front closure, and then I'm just going to stitch in the bottom part of the triangle that I don't have right now. Thanks, Pam.
I just want to say for the record, Kilroy, I'm going to get to the Met Gala the same way you get to Carnegie Hall.
Practice.
You know, that's my favorite saying. Do you know that is
Yeah.
my favorite saying? How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. I still to this day that
Yep.
makes me laugh.
But it's so true. And I was talking to somebody this week about how kids these days are like, you can't use like a period at the end of a sentence because they feel offended with a hard stop, or they're just, everybody's so, oh, I'm grouchy right now. Spoiled and wants participation
Party at the party
trophies.
hall.
And
Money, lots of money.
yeah, that's true also.
Well, back in my day, you used to be able to get musical instruments for free. Like, when I was done playing the violin, I gave it back. I donated it back to the school. They physically gave me a violin to keep. Most schools couldn't even afford that now, you know?
Oh no, my school here just got donated 84 electric guitars.
I only have 4 days left on my trial. It would be nice to have more time, but did get accomplished what I needed to get done. That's like back in the day when you get free HBO and you're like, well, I watched all the movies I wanted.
Or your free Netflix trial.
From day one, I was hooked on Netflix, so I've never went through the trial. Man, they had Star Trek on there back before everything got privatized. I'm so excited. I actually like the size of that vest. I'm really bad at ordering vests on Amazon because the sizing is awful. And what somebody considers like on Amazon, I'm a triple extra large. I'm 5'9", guys. I'm 5'9". Nowhere in life am I considered triple extra large. I wear double XL just because I like how baggy the shirts are. Or an XL. But I actually got a vest with a size that I actually like. Sizing is like, have you purchased anything online? Sizing is terrible. I was having this conversation today with my mom where she was like, there's quite a few things she does not purchase online because you want to be able to try it on, you know?
Everything I want to try on. So no, I actually, that's why I've been sewing. I don't buy things generally. I bought some bras, but I fluffed up too much, so nothing fits.
Hold on, let me look into the light for this one. You have all those machines, all that fabric, and you're still buying vests on Amazon. What is wrong with you? I have my interrogation light under me.
As you should. You're the last human who needs to. You have fabric and fabric machines, notions, closures. Buy new things.
Should that be my?
Working with what you got.
Should that be my next video? I'm gonna lock myself in the house for 24 hours and see what happens.
Oh my God! Should we plan a 24-hour live stream where we just clean out our 24 hours between the two of us? We tag team and sew the shit out of shit.
I could do that. We should. You know what? You just invented something. We should get more people on that.
Yes.
And
sew
then we
shit
could.
Out of your shit.
I don't sleep anyways. But it would have to be like on a Friday to a Sunday.
Yes. Because I can't do that during the week, during the school week, because I've got other prior obligations.
We could start off with, like, I could start off with a stream, and then we could end with your Stitch and Bitch, with the Sunday Stitch and Bitch.
I've got the Saturday show now, so
that's right.
Just need to go cover the night show and get me to Saturday morning. I'll do Saturday into the Saturday late night time if you can get me back to the Sunday. We could do a 48-hour live stream subathon marathon.
I'm down.
Welcome to Rumble, bitch.
And I could also, on the downtime, I'll just put the cam in my closet. And I'll put something interesting. It's a room full of clothes. I'll put a sewing machine. I'll plug that one sewing machine in that just chews. And I have this sewing machine. It has such electrical problems. You plug it in and it just starts going. And it's a full body machine. And it's just chewing. It's just freaking chewing.
I snorted. That's so bad.
Maybe when school is over, I could join in. Pam, we will definitely do this during the summer because school, at least here, school's going to be over within the next 3 weeks. I'm down. I am down. We can organize this.
Yes, because this is not a easy undertaking, but let me bring folks to the Rumble side while we have the subathon live stream craziness. All right, Killer Ray.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm
All
gonna
right.
come there and sit there in the corner with a pot of coffee, a pound of tobacco, be the official referee to make sure you actually stay in that sewing shack for 24 hours.
I'm here for it. If it's gonna be that big, then I might. Do
You
I
know,
want to? Do we want to drive and travel and make this a part mixed live stream crazy shenanigans for like the end of July, beginning of August?
we'll see. I'm down. And honestly, I saw somebody fall asleep on stream on purpose, and it was a lot more peaceful than I thought it would be. So like I could just go in that chair and you could watch me snore. Because I snore. I snore. I'm a snuffleupagus. I snore. You can hear me now. I'm backed up.
Because I'd probably be like,
I come from a long line of snorers. It's a
me
functioning. It's just a function of being human.
I'm a small snorer.
Do you know what's really funny? I actually know the person who invented the snore stop. They made millions. I know the person who invented it. Who invented the original mouth guard piece. He was a genius, actually. It was a friend of mine. It was his grandfather. He was a World War II refugee, and that man was a real life hustler. I like this. I like all of it.
Do I want to beef up this spider web? The answer is yes. All right, thanks, everybody.
I really like that. I really like that.
It's undergarments. This is an envelope chemise. Like anybody's gonna see my glow-in-the-dark spiderweb underwear. Except for now. When
Remember
thought
when
those stupid nose things. Yes. Mine's in my throat. It's not my nose that is fucked up. Sorry, I swore.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're all adults here. I came with a disclaimer. Imagine how many people made millions off of that thing though. I just want one invention like that. I want to invent the new pet rock where I never have to work. I don't even have to get up in the morning to go to work.
No, don't they call that like napping culture? I don't know. These kids are so soft. I don't understand them. The world's crazy. I don't get it.
I think it's also environmental and condition too. If you allow those things to go on, then they will. I told a story a month ago. My son loves singing with his headphones on, and I heard him, and he was singing, "You got what I need," and you say he's just a friend. I was like, okay, I did something right as a parent. Like, okay,
right?
Or the other day.
This is.
I caught him bumping corn, and if you're listening, my son, I bought you a corn T-shirt today.
Oh my God, corn like with the K-O-R-N and not the C-O-R-N.
Yes, I heard him bumping it.
Oh my God, that one lucky kid. Oh my God, those early corn albums were kind of like dark and horrible. If some of those experiences were real life stories.
He's a teenager though, so he's brooding. He's brooding,
Yeah.
I've been there.
I did, and that was the music that saved me.
Same. I love that stuff when from that era.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we're oh my God, we're classics. Damn it. Oh, I didn't tell you. If you get bored in your copious amounts of free time, you're not live streaming and streaming with others. It's Acorn TV. Acorn posts just videos of memes and commentary from kids who grew up in the 80s and 90s when dinosaurs ruled the earth, like the 90s.
I have that too.
And it's funny.
Man, in Spain, they take a nap in the middle of the day and they're done, and they've done okay, but they still get 8 hours of work and they just do it in a couple blocks instead of one.
Right?
I wouldn't mind a siesta. Do you know my problem is I am so groggy from naps that like it's not worth it.
I'm not. I love me a nap. Oh my god, there's hold
It's
on,
okay.
noise pollution.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not napping correctly. I wake up and I'm like, oh, I feel like my whole body's resetting. So I don't know if I can work. Like if I'm working and I pass out, that means it's 105 outside and I pushed myself too much. I can't take a nap. They're always last 10 hours. Exactly. I wish I could take a nap. My daughter-in-law got a sewing machine. It was missing a part, but luckily I had a spare part from an old machine not being used. Thank goodness for my hoarding habit. See? You see? Pam was ready. People always get on me. They're like, why do you have this? Why do you have this? Because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That is awesome, Pam. I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm like that. That's like when I got this machine. When I got the heavy duty, it was just the machine. It didn't have the cord. With nothing but bravado, I was like, I've got the cord. I guarantee you, I have this cord. I went through almost every cord in this room, but I found it. I had the cord. So I was ready. I was ready to use the machine immediately. See, it pays off. It's not hoarding. It's called being prepared. Since we're talking about rearranging English this evening. That's me. See, this is my version of prepping right here. You probably have cords to machines that not a single one exists anymore. There was this one thrift store in Ventura. They had the most. I told them, like, how do you guys sell sewing machine cords and you don't even sell sewing machines? I bought every single one. I walked in there one day. I was like, I want every single one of them. And so now I have quite a few cords and machines that I don't even own. But like my Husqvarna, I had a cord for that. So as the years have gone on, I'm prepared. I serviced her machine today, so it'll be ready for the part, and it should work beautifully. That's awesome. I love that. You know, that's one of the things I miss about refurbishing sewing machines. When I was in my heyday, when I was in my height of getting one like every weekend, I always knew that I would have the part. If something was missing, I was like, you know what? I probably have the part. That's where the Franken-serger came from. You know, I taught myself how to build a serger. Pam and I are having a committee meeting of why hoarding is really just being prepared.
It's true, and I've been listening, and it brings me to this point of be prepared was the motto of the Boy Scouts, and I'm kind of sad that they changed their name this week. That's all I have to say about that.
You know, it's really funny. I almost said my pack, and that would have doxed me too. As somebody, my father was a Cub Scout leader. My brother was a Cub Scout. I was. My pops was one. Even 2 years after when I was in junior high. Today I found that out. I just recently subscribed to somebody who I consider more modern because they talk about like modern topics. Because I'm completely tuned out. I'm not the most political person. You know, me, I'm holding a banner that says, I hope everyone loses. I just want less taxes.
Shit! Don't talk. Oh my god, that's a problem in and of itself. That
But my whole point is, I've been really tuned out, but I found out about that today. Like honestly, this morning, because I consider this person my new news. I was like, all right, I woke up and I was drinking my coffee and I was watching that. I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm.
You can call the organization a Royale with cheese as long as they keep doing the same stuff. I agree. What do they call it? They call it well, I can't remember.
It's Scouts now, or Scouting USA or something.
I still have my Boy Scout knife. I still have all my stuff. I have my dad's Scoutmaster uniform, his hat. He wore a Smokey the Bear hat.
Of course he did, because only you can prevent forest fires.
Scouting America. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna wear that T-shirt.
I mean, I don't know.
I have a Boy Scouts of America. I have a bunch of cutoff shirts because during the summer, even this shirt is a cutoff shirt. During the summer, I rock nothing but cutoff shirts. I have this really weirdly nationalistic Boy Scouts of America shirt. It has an eagle on it, but it looks like an adler. Tell me it's not an adler, which is eagle in German. But I'm just saying, like it was just weird to me. So
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
So anybody in the chat, I am curious now, was anybody a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout, or were you in Girl Guides, or I don't know
what Girl Scout, 100%. Some of my favorite memories with kids camping in a giant room full of girls, and we slept, and it was cool. The Owl Prowl, awesome.
I have a scouting book. I want to say it's from 1905 or something. I have to look, Alibaba. Now you totally have.
Now we've got a competition. Whose scouting book's older?
I found it in my grandfather's stuff. But I don't know if it was his. I don't know. But it's old. And he was a bit of a collector as well. I don't know, the real reason they're doing it though is to settle the $80 million in lawsuits that they have.
And do you know
who doesn't have lawsuits? The Girl Scouts. Because you know what the Girl Scouts do? They push cookies.
We sell cookies at the Girl Scouts.
I was a Girl Scout. I was a brownie, and that's as far as I went. I went all the way up until junior high, and I told my dad to his face I couldn't be a Boy Scout because I didn't want to get beat up because you had to wear your uniform at school. And he was like, I understand.
I didn't have to deal with that. I think, did I get my gold award? I got my silver award definitely in Girl Scouts. I actually, and technically I'm a Girl Scout for life. I might need to pop out shortly.
No worries. I haven't been going that long anyways. I was a Chief Scout. Is that what they call them in Canada? I was in the Scouts. There are two types of scouting groups, the ultra hardcore ones and the ones that were just an excuse for the kids to run around and dads to drink beer. Mine was the second.
I know it's true.
Mine was a weird mix of both.
Right?
Kids were mean, so I didn't continue. Kids are awful.
Kids are mean, though. We were all assholes. I was the weirdo, so I'm used to getting on the short end of the stick. The military scouts. I don't know if this one.
The top, like the Eagle Scouts in the U.S. here, are the Chief Scouts. Wow. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Do you know they all the local high schools and everything, they're changing all the names around here if you feel like freaking out about something else.
Yeah, that's like
and I am obsessed with the movie Major League. And the team that was in Major League were the Cleveland Indians. So every year I would buy a new Cleveland Indians hat with my Dodger hat. And recently I bought a brand new Cleveland Guardians hat. I don't hear roaring. You're not roaring for my. I actually like my Guardians hat.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a hat. It does its job. You're a flat hatter and not a hat creaser with the hat molding. I don't know. That could be another.
No, I'm an equal. It's funny you would say that. It depends on the hat. I'm an equal opportunity hatter.
Okay, good. All right, we've got our curved hat. I was like, this is a hat like I'm used to seeing. Those flat brimmed hats, I don't get those.
You know, like I rocked my hats like this forever, and then I'm not even saying this to front or even pretend. I started wearing my hat like this because everybody else does.
Yeah, the trucker hat style.
I felt like if you look at my, because I have like my Sancho Villa hat, that is from the 2012 All-Star game. It's a completely curved bill.
You have a hat from 1912?
From 2012.
2012. Okay. Never mind. I added a 0 and some change.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have a lot of vintage clothing, but it's like 1960s stuff. I'm just glad my grandfather was a big guy.
The only clothes I have from that time period are things that literally my grandma made, and I wished I had more because she made so much stuff, but I didn't have space. So I saved the most amazing pieces that she made.
They take away traditions. Eventually, there are no traditions. I think the leadership wants this.
I agree. I've been thinking about this, and I can't speak to my friends in the Great Wide North, but here in our lowly America land, what brings us together? Is it like being fat and twerking or sewing? Like, what's the unifying thread in this culture?
Food.
I don't know.
Food.
Food. Food. Yeah. Being
when
fat
I
and
went to
twerking.
the
That's
South,
all right. Being fat and twerking. I guess that's it.
But when I went to the South, I was shocked. Everybody ate cornbread, fried chicken, black-eyed peas, like grits. I grew up in a house where my parents made grits. I didn't like it. They never asked me to eat it. You know, but in the South, if you order breakfast, they give it to you on your plate.
We don't serve potatoes in these here parts. We serve grits.
I like the name Guardians better. It's actually tied to the city. It's referencing some statues built into bridges built in Cleveland in the 1930s. My daughter was a Girl Scout. She made it much further than I did. But then one year she said she was done. I was okay with it. I would have been too. I'm like that with my son. The second he doesn't like something, I'm like, cool. The statues are called the Guardians of Traffic. I like that. Now I actually can, when people ask me the meaning of the name, I'll actually know what it is. Because people have been asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm a fan. Very beautiful Art Deco. You know, we have hidden gargoyles all over LA, and I actually took a tour, and it was really weird how many times I've walked past all these statues and never noticed. In between downtown Los Angeles and Chinatown, there's a statue of these Mormon soldiers that marched down during the Civil War and fought off the Mexican army because they tried to take back California. And it's this lonely statue in the middle of downtown LA to all these Mormon soldiers.
Well, that gives Cinco de Mayo a different meaning.
You would never know, though, if it's total LA lore and history, because they marched all the way from Utah to San Diego. But, of course, they stopped in LA.
Well, of course. Is that why there's so many? Why is there Mormon dentists? Is this a thing in all places or just where I live? That, like, the hygienists could be whatever, but the dentists are all Mormon where I live.
I live in a Mormon town, so I'm gonna give you the every job like that, someone who's Mormon is.
Can we make money to tithe? Yes. All right. We be the dentist.
That's why I always make those soaking jokes, and I'm like, don't get excited. I'm talking about a sewing machine. And how would I even know that if I didn't grow up in a place adjacent to,
Yep.
Mormons?
Mormonville.
Now the great players won't be jailed for doing drugs. They'll be jailed for trafficking.
I know, because we'll save that for tomorrow if you want to pop on this whole Drake shooting, Drake security officer, Kendrick Lamar beef. I don't even understand.
Oh, no, we
I'm
can talk
being
about it.
profiling. I'm like, can you tell me this story? Because I don't understand.
We're a sewing / life channel, and we're doing both right now. And I'm in my Saturday night era.
Right. Tell me a story, good sir.
I don't think I think it's a lot deeper than that, but I probably the same thing is going to happen with this whole thing with Kendrick Lamar and what's his face. The same thing is going to happen that happened with Tupac and Biggie, is that people who aren't involved are going to start fighting each other because wannabes, copycats, even people who with friends with good intentions are going to ruin everything. That's how this always happens. So it's not going to be those two. It's always going to be some bystander trying to be cool who's going to get hurt.
It feels like bittersweet today of like ancillaries of like, no, we're done.
Because if you think about it, both of these individuals are writing these songs from mansions. Both of these guys came after, like the old school hip hoppers. Redman, I live in a bigger house than Redman.
Oh my God. Okay.
I like when I watch Redman's videos, because he still makes videos almost every week, and I'm like, dude, Redman needs a loan because he should be rich and he's not. But these new age guys made millions.
I've not seen the new shit, but this dragged me. My brain went down this path of. Have you seen the 2 newest Afroman videos? I've seen one, but not the one that came out today. Afroman's got some new shit, and it is bumping.
I'm gonna look at that when the stream's over.
Yeah, you should.
I do. I'm such a parent. After my streams, I do this when I'm by myself on Saturday night. I have the opportunity to do whatever I want. I start cleaning. I do laundry. I mop the floors because no one's here,
Yeah, listen to the 2 new Afroman songs. They're a treat for the ear holes. Or at least my ear holes. I don't want to skip
past Kilroy's comment real quick. The dentists around here are the same. They've always been folks who wanted to be doctors but couldn't get into med school. That's so true. But Chris Rock also told a very famous joke. He named off all the movies he's been in, and he was like, I've made all this money. I've been in all these movies. He's like, do you know what my neighbor does? My neighbor's a dentist. Dentist oh man, you literally have to get a different type of insurance.
Which is stupid because if your teeth are shitty, you're gonna end up with heart problems. I know nothing of nothing, and Alibaba, I can't even thread my needle right now.
I agree with you. As a musician, people take music personally. Then they transfer that to other things they shouldn't. Just like when I started making African clothes and I started getting hate mail. And it was funny, for everything I've made, the second I started making certain African prints, people were looking me up on Twitter to tell me how much they don't like me. It's easy to look through a camera on social media, but none of these guys are like Eazy-E, where they were actually gangsters and could actually back it up. So true. Or it'll jump in from your teeth to your brain and your Herman Munster. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, we've got so many great clips. I've been hearing people talk about this Opus Clips AI tool, so maybe you should look into it. I'm scared, but I should also.
Oh no, hold on, my computer got unplugged.
What? I'm getting ready to like
No,
tuck
it's
in,
okay.
and you're like,
We're
I
still in
need you.
business. No, I heard the big thump, so we're still in business. I must have kicked the cord. They're made to come out easily. Well, we've been going for 2.5. I went for an hour last Saturday. This is much longer than I went.
Well, there's been some shifting in the seas, and rising tides lift all ships. So let's be in the lifting phase.
I don't do AI stuff either. I feel weird because like I'm not even against it. I just don't understand it, so I stay away from it. Does that make me old?
I'm mixed because my new icon graphic on all my things is something that I fed into the AIs, and I was like, create me this, and I kind of like the creepy doll with the hoop, which is actually an embroidery hoop and not a hula hoop, which also makes me laugh. With a sewing machine, I kind of like my new graphic that AI helped me make, so I'm torn.
All right, well.
Oh, really? Except sunken ships with holes in the keel. Yes, that ship will not raise on all tides. We want
Hey, Native,
fresh
how's it
vessels
going?
lifting.
How's it going, Native? Great to see you. Great to see you. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Seriously, though. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. I hope everybody has a good day tomorrow. I'm going to eat a bunch of rice and beans and carne asada and try not to fall asleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right, because if he can stay awake at 3:30, he can pop in my show.
Phoenix, did you try a neck hula with that hoop? Come on now.
I can neck hula hoop with my other hoops, just not the... Oh, you mean this one? All right, okay, fine. To end off the show... No, we cannot neck hula hoop with this tiny hoop, but I have hoops that I can neck hula hoop with, and that's one of my favorite tricks. So
I saw an AI reconstruction of an unreleased Beach Boys song. The backing track was original. The voices were AI because they never recorded a full set of vocal tracks. It sounded like a real track. You know what? I can't talk too much trash. I went all the way to Vegas to see the original Tupac hologram, and it was Snoop Dogg rapping in front of a giant box. It was because I was like I kind of sat on the side, so like the hologram was in this big box. So technology changes, I guess. I will be back at it on Monday. I want to thank everybody who watches my lives, everybody who has who's been watching, lurking, anyone. You are appreciated. I absolutely love everybody who watches my streams. Whoever watches this in the replay, you guys are amazing. Last week, almost 40 something people watched my stream in the restream, and that one was a complete failure. So shout out to all the people who wanted to watch me fail and have a meltdown live on YouTube. It's still up.
because that's why we live stream, because the beautiful curated videos are all the perfect shit. Live streaming is like, yeah, life happens and it sucks.
They did that with Ozzy, and he thought it was all right, but I know he was meant by almost. Yeah, they did. Oh, they did. I would not like that. I wouldn't want to see an AA version of myself. I don't even know how to feel about wax statues, and I used to work by Ripley's, believe it or not, and go in there all the time. And they're creepy and realistic. Like you said, yes, it's real and not fluffy. True. I had a meltdown. Thank you so much. Well, absolutely. I want to thank everybody. I'll be back at it on Monday. And like hold on. Ozzy hasn't been completely here since the 80s, though, so maybe I will feel the I have to end my stream on this. I loved Ozzy. I've seen Ozzy more times than most people have seen, I don't know, fill in the blank. But when that show came out, it ruined it for me because I saw the real person. So maybe AI isn't a good thing. We'll be back at it on Monday. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time.